Kevin Freeman is in the house virtually, our duty expert on economic warfare, the host of a marvelous program, Economic War Room with Kevin Freeman. You can learn more about it at economicwarroom.com. Not least, take advantage of these marvelous blueprints, battle plans, he calls them, from each show, which talk to you about what you can do about the things that he's warning of in those programs. It's a marvelous resource for all of us. Kevin, just before we pivot to one of the specific things that you're doing in this regard, I did want to just mention our colleague Michael Waller at the Center for Security Policy has recently written a piece at Real Clear Policy talking about the extent to which the dangers that we've just described are being compounded by that compromised commander in chief shutting down something called the China Initiative. Talk about what the China Initiative was and why, arguably, it's more needed now than ever.
Well, the China Initiative was a look at how China has infiltrated our society. You mentioned it. It's unrestricted warfare. And the government needed to recognize it. By shutting it down, the government is essentially saying, we don't want to see it, don't show us, don't tell us. That would only be done by someone who was co-opted. Remember, President Biden himself, when he was running, when he was campaigning, he said, come on, man, they're not a threat to us. And he completely dismissed any credible look at China. And once he got in office, he did exactly that. It wants to shut down the China Initiative, doesn't want the research, the information coming out where we're looking at all of the infiltration that they're doing in the universities and the government and so forth.
I've described many times what is going on under this administration across the board, domestically and internationally, as a wrecking operation, Kevin. And it has sort of two things that are common denominators. One is all of these policies are bad for America. I think it's fair to say that all of them are beneficial to China. And shutting down the China Initiative, which was bringing prosecutions against people who were penetrating and subverting us from within. Some of them Chinese nationals, which gave rise to concerns about xenophobia, but in practice means an effort to actually stop the Chinese, their nationals, their agents of influence, their fellow travelers, their old friends, those that they have compromised from actually taking us down to their benefit. Speaking of doing something about all of this, Kevin, you have a marvelous private sector initiative that can help American investors who don't want their money, whether they're government employees or whether they're in the larger investing population, to be benefiting our mortal enemies. Tell us a bit about it.
Yeah, well, it's built on this concept that we mentioned in the last segment. People are saying, that, like the movie Network from the 1970s, they're pulling open the window and shouting, I'm mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore. So we're giving them something to do about it. If you're mad as hell that your money has been taken from your pension plan and savings and investments or even your index fund and has been favoring and benefiting China, and we're telling you it has, then you can pull that money out and you can put it in patriotic investments. And the first thing people say is, okay, how do I do that? And it sounds complicated. It's not that complicated. What you need to do is find a financial advisor who's been trained by the National Security Investment Consultant Institute, a group that I started and you helped me with 10 years ago. And we're training financial advisors at Liberty University. You can go to nsic.org if you're a financial advisor, and you can sign up to take an 8-week course to learn all about protecting your clients. And if you're a client, you want one of those advisors. And if you've already got a financial advisor, send them to us. We will train them. They can go to economicwarroom.com/advisor, and you can register your CPA, your insurance agent, your stockbroker, your financial planner, anybody who helps you with your money. You can ask them to help you get out of China and start to invest, not only to benefit America, but to benefit your own family. This is absolutely the most essential initiative I've ever been a part of. We've got to help people get their money out of China that are building weapons aimed against us and put that money into patriotic investments that will grow, prosper, and benefit all of America.
Yeah, I am so excited about this idea, Kevin, and the fact that you've not only been incubating it for years now, I've been privileged to be part of it along the trail, but that you've had, and I mentioned this earlier, a very important development just in the past week or so. Tell us about your partnership with, I think it's the most important online educational uh, program in the country, Liberty University.
Well, we went to Liberty University because during COVID, we couldn't have lots of large training classes, where
Sure.
you meet at a hotel or whatever. And Liberty University has historically been the leader in online education. I mean, they were one of the real pioneers. They're one of the very best. So we went to Dave Bratt, who's a friend, former congressman, the dean, PhD in economics, brilliant guy,
Great
and
American.
said, please help us offer a course that you can get a certificate from. And Liberty does this for a lot of different courses, but on May 30th, our course launches this year, May 30th, the first online NSIC education course. And we're thrilled with that because those advisors, as they come out, will find there is a large number of Americans who have money, in some cases very significant money, and they're mad as hell. They want to invest it patriotically. And so advisors need to go there now. The early ones are going to have options of a lot of clients, and the clients want lots of advisors to choose from. This is a unique opportunity. It is like an opening class, and we
Yes.
want the good, patriotic, and financial advisors to sign up at nsic.org, and we want clients who want a good advisor to sign up at economicwarroom.com/advisor and say, hey, get me an advisor, or here's my advisor, train him or train her.
Great. Kevin, again, I'm just tremendously impressed by what you've done. The partnership with Dave Bratt is going to be huge. You are making it possible for people to do something about one of the greatest financial scandals, certainly, if not greatest scandals, period, in our history. Underwriting our mortal enemy. Don't allow them to do that with your money, folks. Kevin, we have to leave it at that. Thanks. Come back to us again soon if you would. I hope the rest of you will do the same again tomorrow. But in the meantime, thanks for joining us for this edition of Securing America. And I really pray that you feel better equipped to help us in doing just that. It's vital. For more information about what you can do, check out our website, securingamerica.tv. And then, as I'm very fond of saying, go forth and multiply.